Technology-Infused Assessment Module for Beat 4306 by Jessica Rojas and Annabelle Vaca. Part 1. Before taking this course, I had certain perceptions about English language learners and their needs in the classroom. For example, number 1. As a teacher, I would have to give more attention to my English language learners because they would struggle more with learning the second language. Number 2. With English language learners, I would probably have a harder time in terms of discipline issues due to the frustration of learning a second language. Number 3. I assumed my English language learners would not have the support they need at home to learn a second language. Number 4. My main focus would be to teach my students the second language as quickly as possible. Number 5. I would have to work twice as hard to teach the English language learners. This would include in class, after class, and I thought tutoring would be a must. After having some knowledge over English language learners and their learning, my perceptions have changed. I now know that. Number 1. There are silent, interrelated factors that can influence the learning of a second language in which I, as a teacher, would be able to help with some, and others I would have no control over. Number 2. Scaffolding is an important aspect when helping English language learners learn a second language. It is important to help them as best as we can and gradually let them do it independently. Number 3. Active learning is also very important when working with English language learners. Active learning, which includes analyze, define, create, and evaluate. Number 4. With the comprehensible input, our job as educators is to provide input that is one step above students' current stage of linguistic competence. Number 5. Many of English language learners already have a strong foundation in their L1, and such foundation can help them learn L2. Part 2. Misconceptions about English language learners. Number 1. English language learners don't have their parents help them with schoolwork because they more than likely did not finish their school. Number 2. English language learners drop out of school more often because they are not able to learn English. English language learners come from a low economic status and therefore struggle to have the resources necessary to help them learn a second language. Number 4. Most English language learners' native language is Spanish. Number 5. English language learners take a long time to learn their second language. After taking this course and learning more about English language learners, I now know that. Number 1. English language learners don't only include Hispanics, but African Americans, Native Americans, Chinese, and etc. Number 2. Many times English language learners drop out not because they cannot learn the language, but because they are retained at a grade level that is not for them. Number 3. There are many aspects that come into play as to why English language learners have a hard time learning a second language. These include socioeconomic status, social aspects, emotional aspects, linguistic aspects, and academic aspects. Number 4. English language learners may easily learn a second language if they have mastered the basics and calc of their native language. Number 5. English language learners many of the times are unable to be successful because of unprepared instructors and because there is a shortage of prepared teachers. Part 3. Description of 5 critical concepts, theories, etc. that you learn in this course that relate to second language learning and teaching. The first one we have here is BICS and CALPS. It was theorized by Jim Cummins. BIC stands for Basic Interpersonal Communication Skills, and CALP stands for Cognitive Academic Language Proficiency. Number 2, we have the Zone of Proximal Development. This was theorized by Vygotsky. He proposed that there is a relationship between learning and development. He theorized that there is a difference between what an individual could achieve independently and what an individual can achieve when acting with the support of another. Goes to show you having someone there can be much beneficial for you than doing things on your own. Number 3, input hypothesis. Krishan hypothesized that there is a source of input that is essential to the process of language acquisition. Formula is I plus 1. This means the I represents the input and the plus L1 represents the level just above the learner's proficiency. So this is pushing our students even further in their academics. Number 4 is the PRISM model. Thomas and Clear first proposed a useful conceptual model to illustrate the interrelationships among the 4 components that influence first and second language acquisition in a school context. This includes social, economic, linguistic, academic, and cognitive process. Number 5 is scaffolding, which means by students receive support in various forms by the teacher to promote skills and understanding, then gradually removing that support and eventually moving them into student independence. Part 4. Takeaways from the course in the form of do's and don'ts. Do. Talk in an appropriate pace with your words being spoken distinctly and clearly. Do give your students plenty of time on their work during work time and to keep checking on your English language learners as a second language of students as long as it is necessary. Do model to the students' assignment and what is expected of them, as well as using age-appropriate instruction. Do make sure to use scaffolding and create accommodations for those who need them. Do know each of your students' needs so that you can address them as best as you can and always encourage them so that they can succeed in what they are doing instead of failing. Do give assessments to verify each student understands the lesson that is being taught. Don't underestimate your ELO's academic capabilities. Even though they may be behind on their language, doesn't mean they will be behind on every subject. Don't let your English as a second language students feel less than your other students just because it may take them longer to understand a concept. Don't assume that all of your students will be on the same academic level. Some students may already know the language and may just need more practice. Don't advise language minority parents to speak only English at home. Advise them to speak the language they know best so that the student is able to build cognitive maturity in L1 and be able to make the transition to L2 easily. Don't assume your students understand the lesson topic the first time it is taught. Here are our resources. Thank you for watching.